Hello and welcome all. Welcome to another Action Taimanin video. On this video we will discuss about the recent character poll that was held by the official Action Taimanin channel. Alright then, let's begin. We see from the intro that Mimi has the user votes in her own personal ranking. I will do the same as well since I have a different take on who I like more in the polls, but overall it's similar to the user rankings, just a few characters' ranks change. We have here Mimi's explanation here that their character design, weapons, and how interesting they are if they would be playable characters in the game. For me, I got a fourth option, and that is the story and lore wise. How are they gonna be put in the main story of the game? We all know that they can drop in popular a character just like that in the game. In the case of Kirara, since she's very popular in Taimanin RPGX, the task force needed another strong Taimanin to help out on the mission, and then boom, Kirara is there inserted to the story. But yes, there is a big but. If another certain character going to be inserted in the game is not highly popular like Kirara that is very popular, that character without building hype or is well known by the fans, a character like that really won't work without proper build up in the story. That is why I see the same pattern in Action Taimanin. A supporter comes out first, the management gauges if this character is popular enough, then they implement her in the game. If not, like Sakia and Sora that didn't really hit a hype mark for new characters, probably the reason why they are not implemented or are held back to be put in the game. This is why on my ranking I prioritize characters that have relevance to the story and to the other existing characters as well, because they matter the most. Okay, on to my character ranking list. Note that we will not dwell into all the characters, only the top 5, since in my channel I only do top 5 for the reason my other 5 fingers are doing something else, why we only discuss the top 5. Alright, as you can see here, my character ranking is pretty much the same with a few characters that have been changed spots on the ranking. I do agree with the majority of the people who voted, and why Rin deserves the number 1 spot here. As many fans know from RPGX, Rin is the elder cousin of Shikanosuke, which makes her a very relevant character since she's related to one of characters that is in the game already and has established a story with Kotaro Fuma. Fun fact, Rin is also called the Lighting Bolt and has better control over her lighting powers than Yuki Kaze, and to boot on that she's thick, and I mean extra thick. Alright, enough gushing over Rin and let's look at my top picks on the poll. Momo Nagi would have been my first. If Rin wasn't in the poll, she would have been first in my vote. Story-wise, she is the daughter of Momo Toyo, the reoccurring villain throughout the game till we knew about his motivations later on. She had a very interesting character design-wise. She is simple yet cool and fierce with her weapons, and yet has that feminine side to her as well. If you've seen her intimacy story event, her weapons are similar to her father, and I'm hoping she plays similar to him, since I really want to test those move sets of Momo Toyo. Unless they totally give her a different skill set, I'm fine with that. My third on the list is Sakia. Reason why she's third: she's part of the Igawa clan, which is Sakura and Asaji. Story relevance: she's got a lot to prove her to her senpai and teacher. The great thing about Sakia is her personality. She is relatable and flawed, unlike characters that are talented and perfect. She is not. She has a rivalry, though they are friends with Sora. Reason that is that Sora has already awakened with her powers and she has not. She wanted to catch up with her and is a bit jealous. That's the reason why she takes the demon enhancing drug to awaken her powers temporarily, but as said, it's like a drug and there is some kind of addiction or side effect to it, as seen in her intimacy story event. She was actually helped by Fuma to overcome it and just try her best, making himself as an example of a leader yet has no powers. She is the most developed and most interesting in my case. For her gameplay, she has a gun and sword. Would love to see a Devil May Cry gameplay for her when she becomes playable, either Nero or Dante's skill set. Her design overall is really cute and badass at the same time, which reminds me a lot of Black Rock Shooter Beast because of her gun and sword combo on her cutscene intro. My fourth place is Sora. Reason why she's my fourth pick is because again story relevance, Sora and Sakia were introduced to be the new young Taimanins, but didn't make that much impact when they were shown. Then their supporters came out and fleshed out their character along with the new chapters they're heavily involved in. Sora's personality really shines as the typical girl next door, though she has a dark past where she was kidnapped and was taken to the Chaos Arena. We cannot confirm or deny something might have happened to her there. But all in all, she was rescued and became friends with Sakia as she awakens her powers. Sakia now has a rivalry with her even though they're friends. It would be great to see them together on a story arc between these two, learning since they're set up to be young and needs to learn from their senpais. In my opinion, without Sakia, Sora would be just a cute character like the other supporters that meet Fuma that will be there but won't make a lasting impact, but with her friendship with Sakia, Sora will really shine, the friend that balances out the other friend that has opposite characteristics with each other. If ever she's gonna be playable, she's gonna be the first character that uses a bow gun on her arm, and it's gonna be pretty unique. My fifth place is Shisui. 2 reasons: she has the same voice actress as Noah Brown and is super cute. I like her a lot design wise. Her power is like a JoJo stand where she can materializes the natural aura into a visage of the guardian, which she can manipulate as she sees fit. Her wave art interference with certain abilities. In Action Taimanin, she's just a mysterious girl in the library that is part of the task force. Nothing else is known about her, besides she knows about Lilim and Mini Saki. Alright, that covers my top 5 poll voting, and if you're wondering why is Future/Cyborg Yuki Kaze there? Because in the voting you can choose the characters on the poll, but yes, there is a big but again. There is an option for you to choose who is your favorite character. I chosen Yuki Kaze, but her Future/Cyborg version. One reason because that version of Yuki Kaze is not a tsundere and is more of a waifu than the gremlin we have. All kidding aside, let's just say I want the more mature Yuki than what we have now in the game. Her Future/Cyborg version has a very different play style. She has the combination of Shira Nui and Rinko's fighting style along with dropping the guns for a more melee-oriented fighting style, which overall looks more similar to Genos from One Punch Man. Why it looks so cool. Her design overall, she looks like a mature version of other self, shares some similarities, yet vastly different besides the hairstyle. Story-wise, I can see Future/Cyborg Yuki Kaze easily again inserted in the story, since in her intimacy story event she helps Fuma from the shadows and hasn't revealed herself yet to the other Taimanins, and it will be fun and interesting to see the dynamic for Yuki Kaze to meet her more open self, since it has been an ongoing storyline with Yuki Kaze's supporters that she likes Fuma but is all tsundere about it. Opposed to Future/Cyborg Yuki, who is more supportive and doesn't belittle Fuma. Truly, she is the perfect version of Yuki the waifu, and yes, in Action Taimanin she's a manufactured cyborg from the UFS for data gathering and to help out the Taimanins. And that is it for my own personal take on the Action Taimanin popularity character voting. Who is your favorite girl in Action Taimanin that you want to be playable? Oh, by the way, before I go, here's Kizuna Collection's poll voting image. Makes you wonder what would be the results here? And as always, stay safe, take care, like and subscribe for more anime and gaming content.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not gonna lie.